Good morning, guys. So the video I did yesterday was pretty horrid, amongst one of the worst videos I've ever made. I wasn't even showing you how the writing process is. I was just kind of blabbering about writing and not really the process of it. So I'm actually going to break it down for you guys and show you how I actually do it. So you start with the title, right? Then from the title, you want to go to settings. You want to go to a setting. Are you in the beach? Are you at home? Are you watching TV? Are you in a car? Where are you? That will basically help you accomplish the story, the plot. So then when you have your setting, you could start with your scenes. You could break it down to scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, or just start it, with the actors' names. So you have your actor. I tend to work better with males. Females tend to be harder to work with. So I tend to just go with Paul, Jack, Sam. Sam is a neutral female or male. So it could be played by either or female or male. Like I said, I really have a hard time working with girls. I don't know why. I am a girl. I don't know. It's just what it is in my case. It doesn't have to be in your case, but if you could come up with sex, gender neutral names, props to you, because that's awesome. Then you have the end, or you have to be continued. It's all up to you. You got to just remember your audience, or basically the ultimate goal of your writing, which is it going to be for yourself? Is it going to be published? Is it just going to be for a video? Is it just, who is the audience? Who's going to benefit from it? I know a lot of people that write in private that don't really care to have it publicized. I know people that write to make it publicized, like myself. But usually the greatest writers keep their work to themselves, unfortunately. I never gone about publishing anything, but I know there are formats. Like I said, writing has a format in any aspect, even in poetry. But if it's for yourself, then you could, free it, make it whatever you want, because it's your work, and you're not going to be sharing it or selling it or trying to profit in one way or another from it. So I'm going to start writing. I'm going to come up with a story, and I'm going to actually record it. Why not? So let's say the setting, they're in a car. They're driving to the grocery store. Okay, that's pretty normal. Everybody drives to a grocery store. So what are we going to do to make it interesting, to have people want to watch people driving to the store? They say, maybe they find a fucking zombie, right? They find a zombie attacking a pregnant lady, right? Prego lady. Then your job is to save the pregnant lady. Pregnant person, right? Because you want the baby to live. Zombie, I don't know. This is just at the top of my head. Clearly, there are no zombies. Women that are pregnant should stay at home to be safe. I mean, you could do all types of things. Actually, you shouldn't stay at home. You should be active. But for this case, stay at home. Actors are going to be Paul, Jack, Sam. Let's just make Sam the hero. But anyway, you have to emphasize the characterisms, the characters of their personality, basically. Paul is gonna be a dick or jackass, I will say Jack is, I don't know, a nerd. We'll say Sam is the girl and she's like a goody two shoes. The good one. She's a good one here. So you have to basically give your characters life. Make them real, like real human beings. Like you want Paul to connect to my brother, right? You want Paul to connect to you. You want to relate to Jack. You want to feel Sam's goodness. You know, she inspires you to be a better person. You gotta build that character relationship with your audience. You want to make them real human, have a human connection, like Harry Potter, right? Everybody remembers Harry was a supposed good one and Draco Malfoy was the evil one. So that good versus evil, you always want to give people drama, adventure, horror, a feeling, something that they can connect to and be like, this is my favorite movie because Sam was totally me. I can relate to Sam. I am Sam, you know? And that's what makes a story, something you could relate to, something that will take you from your life into the screen for, what is it, an hour, 2 hours? That's good entertainment. That's what I want to do. That's, you know, horror is my favorite and it's the easiest, but it's the easiest and it's the hardest at the same time because everything in horror has been done. There's been zombies. There's been, you know, men in capes and you know, knives and all that good stuff since Halloween's coming up. I love Halloween. I love writing about horror. It's so easy, but at the same time so hard because everything's been done. Everything, you don't want anything when you're writing to be predictable, whether if it's a song lyric, a movie, or a letter. You want it to be unique. You want it to have meaning and be special. And usually towards the middle, I tend to have cliffhangers. Maybe Sam will end up pregnant too. Who knows? You know, maybe Paul and Sam are in a relationship throughout, you know, the story developing, the plot. You want to have twists. You want to have turns. You don't want to have the same, basically whatever's in Hollywood, you want to go against it. You want to be adventurous, but you want to have some mystery. You want to be horror, but you want to have some romance. You know, make it based on real life. You know, are you writing based on real life? Are you writing based on your friends? Are you writing based on a specific book you like, a specific show? There's 150 reasons of why you're writing what you're writing, or you like what you like, but ultimately is having that curveball in that scene or scenes or a skit that you can't find anywhere else. Is what makes that unique. When I was doing A Walk to Remember, I love that movie. I mean, it was all cheesy and shit, but I love it. I love making it The Path. I love making it, what is it? On That One Night. Probably my best work yet to this day. And I tried putting elements of surprise. I obviously could have developed the characters a little bit more, maybe write a little bit backstory. But once you decide to name something short, you want to keep it short. Typically about 5 pages, if not a little longer. But that's stuff that you worry about later on when you're kind of more proficient at crafting whatever it is that you're trying to do. I guess in my case, short stories. So yeah, I hope that helped and was more informative. That's how I write. That's what works for me. And also when you're like, you know, it says Paul Jackass, but then at the end of the scene or the line, you want to write, says it in a sarcastic way. Like I said, your job as a writer is to try and make it as flesh as possible, as human as possible. You're supposed to even have, as a director or a producer, the person that you want to cast already in your head. Now, I'm not there yet, but once I start doing more of my work, I'll be like, okay, Emily is gonna be a white girl with blue eyes, and Sam's gonna be a whatever, right? a Mexican jock, sexy looking motherfucker, whatever. All that will come in time, but as you just start writing, it all comes down to just sitting down and getting to it. There's no magic, there's no laws, there's just write. Just be free and enjoy your time. You know, if you have friends that you like to write with, like I said, it all starts with the title, scene, actors' names, and then the possibilities of that are endless. I mean, obviously you want it to make sense as well. Be a little realistic with the little fantasy, but you also it has to make sense. Like in my opinion, fuck making sense, but I'm not there yet. And when the audience is watching, or you have people helping you write, and they're like, this doesn't make sense, you kind of have to make it have some kind of sense. Otherwise, it's just kind of random shit that you're trying to make sense of, which is art by all means, but if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, and you gotta make it work. Yeah, you just can't be random like that. It's just not gonna work. You gotta work in your craft, and you gotta make it make sense, and basically just make the audience go into another world, or into that relationship, or into that scene, into that specific scenario, because that is what you are as an entertainer. You entertain for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever craft, which is pretty easy but hard at the same time, because people have short attention spans. That's why TikTok exists. But anyway, I hope this was helpful and you take away a little bit and are inspired to write or keep writing or do your thing. Because if you're looking for a sign, here it is. Yeah, I'm gonna actually make this into an actual skit, because why not? It's my TV show, it's my channel, it's my YouTube. I can have flying cows and aliens and spaceships on underwater, life on Mars. I can do whatever. It's in my head, and I can have it come to life, and that's fucking powerful. Once you can do that, you're unstoppable. We gonna go to the moon and back, I promise you that. Tomorrow, I am so anxious, I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep. I have meeting the cast. I'm meeting the crew, and we're assigning jobs, and then hopefully, maybe even by the end of this week, we'll start recording, if not next. But we're gonna get to work, and we're gonna do amazing things, man. I promise you that. I got a lot of work in my pocket, and my brother always has to ruin my videos, so I gotta go back to work. Hustle never stops. Thank you for supporting, and go fund me and share this with somebody who's artistic and is amazing, I guess. Peace.